It died. How are you guys? We are still stuck in quarantine. It is day 2 of these photos that I'm going to do. So what I'm doing is I'm doing 3 photos every day of quarantine that we have to self-isolate within our houses, and I'm trying to show you how you can take some photos within your house without having to really, use anything extravagant. Instead of sitting there watching Netflix, you might as well polish your skills and make them a little bit better. So what these videos are intending to do is show you that you can use any space with any products to try and create some sort of photography. So get up today and try some of these out, try and replicate what I'm doing, or create your own and use the hashtag OpticalWander on Instagram to show me what you're creating. Okay, so let's go and jump into the first one. What I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to fill the bath up. So there's a bit of water in it. I'm going to get 2 lume cubes and I'm going to put them in the bottom of the bathtub to light it up. I'm going to have this lighting up the top half of it. Maybe, we'll see. I'll see how it goes. And then I'm going to drop, I might drop maybe a mandarin or a product into the bathtub with a high frame rate on my camera. Bam, capture as it hits the water. Hopefully it'll be cool. So I'm gonna top up the bath now and see how it goes. Put a little bit of bubbles in there. What I'm doing is I'm just making sure that the bubbles aren't too high. I just want a bit of like top layer bubbles, so when it hits it, it kind of projects the bubbles upwards. At least that's what I have in my head anyway. I was going to use a studio light and then I decided against it, because what I want you guys at home to be able to do is I want you to be able to do in the most minimalistic way, and I'm showing you that you can do it without, having all of this extra equipment. The lume cubes is just an extra. I mean, if you really wanted to insert the colours after, you can in Photoshop or even in Lightroom using the radial circle. So it's not essential to have all of the stuff that I'm using. You can do it just with the camera that you have. So I'm just going to continue to fill the bath up. Okay, so the products I'm going to use in here, I'm going to do 1 banana and I'm going to do 1 with the skull. If you didn't watch yesterday's video, it is linked above where I set this guy on fire. So the plan is to drop this in with the lume cubes underneath, and then the splash is going to surround it and embody the product or the thing that I'm dropping in. You can do this with anything really, just don't break stuff. Okay, I have set up the lume cubes here. As you can see, I'm now going to give it a go and see how it goes. So you want to be putting your camera on a high shutter speed, so when it hits the water, there's no motion blur at all. So I'm going to use the 50 at 1.8. and I've manually set the focus. Okay, now I'm going to quickly do the skull. I'm so scared of falling in with my camera. Okay, 3, 2, 1. I broke it.
Sick.
Woo! That looks so sick. Look at that. It did die though. Look. But it was worth the shot. Okay, and for the next one, I'm going to do a long exposure. Or at least I'm going to try and do a long exposure in the house. I'm going to use the lume cube. I'm going to start down by the camera, down here, and I'm going to do this type of motion all the way back here, and hopefully I'm going to finish with it as like a self-portrait type of thing. So it's going to be like this, and then end with the light on my face. Okay, so what I've done is I've put my Sony on here. Hello. I've put the 24 to 70mm lens on, so it's a wider image. I'm going to turn this light off here. I'm going to leave the blue light of my of the home light strip light here, and then I'm going to set this camera down here so you get a bit of a visual. Okay, so what I've got it on settings 20 seconds at f22. I'm going to adjust that, but I'm just going to see whether or not the concept works for now. So this is let's see how it goes. Woohoo! Yes! That looked so sick. I'm so happy with that. I can't wait to show you those at the end. Oh, that's such a cool idea. Now, I'm going to prove to you that you don't need this, and I'm going to use just my phone, okay? Because not everyone has a Lume Cube. So go onto your phone, whatever color you want, go onto Google, type in the color. So let's say pink, okay? You go onto Google, type in pink, press images, and then select a pink color that you like. This one is pretty cool. You're going to save this to your phone. Go to your images, go onto it, make it as big as possible, like so, and then use that. And I'll show you both images at the end so you can see the difference. Okay. I'm confident in this. The reason I actually prefer doing it this way is because the light isn't so harsh. The Lume Cube is really good if you want it to be really like powerful and like bam, you know. But the phone is such a good tool, everyone has one, and it just shows that you don't need to go and buy extra tools to be able to take these photos. Okay, I'm really happy with that, but just for myself, I'm going to do one more where I'm going to walk with the phone as if like it's going to trail to me, and then I'm going to stand here like this, looking at the phone. Okay, so the setup we're going for now is I'm going to have Roxanne this side. I'm going to go the other side by where the oven is. We're going to have the Lume Cube here on like this, and I'm going to be shooting through here. Roxanne is probably going to be this side, or maybe this side, with half of her face on and half of her face off. And then I'm going to be shooting like this. The idea of the Lume Cube on this is to give, you know, a bit of extra colour. We'll start with the pink. If not the pink, I'll change to a different colour, maybe orange or a teal. We'll see. I'm just gonna go and ask Roxanne nicely if she'll model for me. So when she does, I mean if she does, you have to throw a like on this video. So Roxanne, thankfully, came and agreed to be in the video. So you have to like this video for her, not for me.
You have to.
For her.
You have to.
Okay, so this was kind of a little bit your idea. Got it in manual focus so I can get the point on your eye. I think. Yeah, let's have a play around with the lights. Turn this off. Turn this on. Go on. Okay, so what I've done is I've turned that studio light off because it was actually hindering the photo. This now looks way better. Okay, cool. I'm really happy with these. Have a look. Just do a few movements for me. Yeah, and bring it right. Yep, brilliant. And to the side. That's great. Okay. I'm pretty happy with all of these. They came out pretty good, especially the long exposure one. It actually worked out a lot better than I thought it was. So stick around, I'm going to show you them now. I'm going to run through them and explain a little about each shot. So the first one that I did was in the bathroom. I filled up the bath like I explained, threw some bubbles in there, and dropped a banana and a skull, like a candle skull thing, which was pretty cool. So we'll start with the skull one, which is on the screen, this here. And this one worked amazingly well, considering I had to do it once because after the first try it died and it didn't go too well. I can't believe I broke it, but anyway. The colours underneath with the Lume Cubes just made this photo just... It came out so good and I'm super impressed with it. I've never really done any high shutter speed photos before. So if you haven't tried it before, then I reckon you should, because it's so cool. I'm definitely going to progress on these over the coming days. The second one that I did was a banana. I chose a banana because of that. Can you remember that stupid little banana thing that made shitloads of money because it had a bit of duct tape on it? That thing. Yeah, that's why I did it. But again, with the colors, it came out and made the bubbles pop, and it just made it look really like creative and cool. I mean, we got time, so why not fill up a bath? The next one is the long exposure photography in the house. This one came out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. So I did this in two ways. This is the first one. I used the Lume Cube again, going in a circular motion like I explained in the video, which gave this long exposure in the house. Now you can play around with this as much as you want, write your name, draw some stuff, get creative with it, do a time lapse of you doing it, you know, all of this stuff. There's so many possibilities with doing long exposure in your house, and I'm going to be playing with this as the days go forward. So hopefully, if you're not sure what to do, then subscribe, hit the notification bell, and every time I upload where I'm showing you these 3 creative photos, you might learn something and then pick up some new skills along the way. The second one I did with the long exposure was with my my phone, and the reason I did this was to show you guys that you do not need to have a Lume Cube or a light to be able to do it. All you have to do, go onto Google, type in a color, select the color, download that image onto your phone, make it as big as possible, and then just use that. That's a really simple, easy way to do this. But bear in mind, when you're doing a long exposure with your phone, the light is dimmer than a Lume Cube, so therefore you need to hold it in the shot longer. So if you're moving away, just take your time a little bit more so it picks up that color. Then last but not least, I finished with the one of Roxanne, where we had a vase, full of water, and the water, you know, it refracted. Correct me in the comments. The light onto Roxanne's face, which gave it this really cool color. Now I've also seen this same refraction, that's the word, in the water from the sink area, which is going to be coming into one of the photos soon because it looks really cool. So definitely subscribe for that one so you get to see that. I hope you're all having a fantastic day and quarantine isn't too boring. Make sure you stay social and make sure you're talking to people and, you know, interacting. So reach out, drop a comment, come over to my Instagram and OpticalWander, hit me up on a DM, let's have a chat, and maybe we'll collaborate or something, you know, just reach out. We'll have a chat and stay social. So with that being said, create more, stress less, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video for another 3 photos that you can do at home. Peace.